You gotta be unapologetic. Stop being accessible. Imagine how uncomfortable it's gonna get if you don't have those conversations. A disciplined lifestyle is not attractive to most people. You should want people to think that you fell off. You should want people to think that you quit. Everybody gonna come back around. Trust me, everybody gonna come back around. What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? We on the rooftop tonight. A little different scenery, some fresh air, clear the mental. I want to talk about something, cover something that's kind of been brought up a couple times lately in conversation. I'm in a brotherhood circle. One thing that we all have in common is we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, right? And one thing that's kind of came up in discussion before is loneliness. You know, like feeling alone. Not even necessarily feeling alone, being alone. We just gonna call it what it is, being alone. You know what I'm saying? Missing out on certain things because what you're trying to achieve requires a certain amount of focus and separation and limiting distractions. And sometimes those distractions are the people that are closest to you, family, friends, or whatever the case may be. And you know, you're lonely by choice, you know? And to be real with y'all, I've been lonely before. Like literally like 100 days, 100 nights by myself. Like I felt it before. One thing that I kind of like realized is being lonely not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'll be nice to have company from time to time, but really at the end, that shit don't really matter. The company that you want or that you had around was either slowing you down or holding you back. One thing that got me used to being alone is realizing that I wasn't as important to other people as I thought I was. The world's gonna keep spinning. So with that being said, some of the points in my life where I've gotten lonely is because I stopped being a people pleaser. I realized when I was a people pleaser, people were kind of taking it as a weakness. When you're a people's pleaser, people come to you with their issues when they have issues, right? People come complaining to you. We're gonna touch on that a little later on in the video, but when you become a people pleaser, you kind of take on other people's issues. People don't really give a fuck. You're not as important to other people as you think you are. So that being alone shit, I could be alone. Cool, cause they was a distraction anyway. And y'all, I apologize if it's all over the place. This is off the top of the head, but I promise it's all gonna come together. Just stick with me, just stick with me. So when I was a people pleaser, always used to come with me with their problems, looking for me to fix it. Kind of was putting other people before me and worrying about their shit. And it was just throwing me off focus. And it's nobody's fault but mine. I was the people pleaser, you know what I'm saying? I could have easily said no, but I didn't because I was trying to be cool with everybody, right? Cause at the end of the day, I ain't necessarily want to be lonely. It's a strong quote that my brother Cross says. He says, you can't break generational curses trying to please a generation that's cursed. And that's some real shit. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was trying to please everybody. And at the end of the day, I was hindering myself. Another thing that I realized when I was alone is people don't be real friends anyway. Let's be real, like take away the drugs, take away the alcohol, take away the clubs. I didn't have nothing in common with a lot of these motherfuckers that was around me. I think one point in my life where this was magnified was when I did the 75 hard challenge. I did the 75 hard challenge, and you know during the challenge you can't drink or nothing, none of that. So like, you know, when I wasn't buying bottles, when I wasn't buying shots for people, you could just tell the energy was totally different from when I was, you know, drinking. They was looking at me crazy, like I did something wrong. You tell people you ain't drinking, they look at you like something wrong with you. And the thing about it, fellas, when you really, really locked in, you don't even want to be around people who not on the same wavelength as you. You don't even necessarily want to be around people who not on the same type of time you on. That goes for anybody. Actually a turnoff for real. Like people sitting around complaining all day about their issues. The 48 laws of power, law number 10 is say avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. That's a whole other video in itself, but long story short, y'all, energy is contagious. It's real and it's contagious. Energy don't go away, it transfers, it never goes away. So if you hang around somebody who has negative energy, your life is gonna move in a negative direction. I ain't gonna lie, like when people start moving negative, I just separate myself and they'll never see me again. Because people like that, they be poison. This is another thing. That social media shit, I had to clean that shit up. When people be seeing my page, they be like, why you don't follow nobody? Like, why you following Cal so low? It's because at one point I did follow mad people. But what I had to understand is what people post affects my mood. So like, if I see somebody post something negative, I unfollow them, period. I've never followed none of them blog sites that be posting negative shit. Baller Alert, the Shade Room, the Tea Room, none of that. I never followed no celebrities. I just started cleaning up my social media a couple years ago. Like, I don't care who you are. We could have grew up together. We could be locked in. We could be family. You could be the top 5 baddest in America. If you post something that's negative and it affects my mood, you got one time, I unfollow you. No warning, no nothing. Yo, when you protecting your energy in your space, you gotta be unapologetic about it. Like, don't get me wrong, it took me a while to do it. and I still actually got some more to do, but I haven't been on my main page in a minute. I just want to be surrounded by positivity. That's important when you're trying to get to the next level. When you changing, it's gonna ruffle some feathers. People will be trying to drain your energy and your time. People will call your phone, don't be wanting nothing, just wanting to sit on the phone and listen to you breathe, or they be trying to gossip, talk about other people's business. Like the other week, a dude that I was cool with in college, he in a group chat on Instagram DM, and I posted a video on my story with a beanie on, and some dude in the group chat screenshotted it and sent it in the group chat. So the dude screenshotted the group chat and sent it to me. Told him, don't send me that shit, bro. I don't care about that type of stuff. I don't care what nobody's saying, bro. I'm on a whole different type of time. If it's not positive, don't send it to me, bro. I don't care what nobody has to say. And if I see you as a distraction, I'm gonna remove you, simple. Now let's look at things from the other side, right? Since we talk about being alone and things like that, when you did have your friends around, were your friends ambitious? Were your friends motivating? Your friends are a reflection of you. Were your friends strong on their principles and morals? Fellas, was your friends competitive in a healthy way? Were they competitive? Were y'all pushing each other? Because being around me, you're going to be motivated and inspired. Like you're going to be forced to be on your shit. So like, why you so worried about being lonely and stuff? Even if you wasn't lonely, right? Let's say if you wasn't lonely and the people that you wanted around you was around you, was they making you better? Or were they slowing you down? You gotta ask yourself these questions, real talk. One more thing I wanna touch on, which is probably the most important thing. Stop being accessible. Just cause you feel lonely don't mean you gotta answer every request, every phone call, every text messages. Just cause you lonely don't mean you gotta be accessible. Y'all remember back in the day, before the social media wave, before we all had cell phones, do y'all remember how we actually had to talk to people? We actually had to meet people. Like we actually had to in school be like, yo, where you gonna be at on Friday at 7 o'clock? Oh, I'm gonna be at the skating rink. All right, bet, I'm gonna meet you there, right? People actually had to arrange meetups to meet up with you. The conversations weren't taken for granted. Nowadays, people got cell phone entitlement and they feel like you gotta pick up every time they call, or if you don't text them back, at a certain amount of time, they get an attitude with you because you not using your phone that you pay the phone bill on. That cell phone entitlement got people comfortable. People are always gonna show you how they value your time. Just because you lonely, don't be accessible, bro. Your time is valuable. Use that time when you're alone to focus on yourself, learn yourself, and grow yourself. Are people gonna be in their feelings? Yes. And the thing is, when you reaching the next level, and people start getting in their feelings, you're gonna have to have them uncomfortable conversations. A lot of people don't be wanting to have them uncomfortable conversations, but imagine how uncomfortable it's gonna get if you don't have those conversations. Don't bite your tongue, bro, that shit hurt. You can't control how other people feel. If people aren't respecting your boundaries, then they probably the ones that was slowing you up or holding you back in the first place. So that being alone shit, that shit not always bad. Sometimes that shit's a blessing in disguise. Again, I'm not saying don't have friends. I'm not saying don't have associates. But spending time by yourself ain't bad, bro. You don't gotta be under a chick all the time. It's already hard enough to get in that zone, let alone stay in it. You gotta understand you're hard to get next to now because you had to separate yourself, because what you're trying to achieve requires a stronger focus. I spent too much of my life catering to other people. You could be on your 50 Cent shit. It could be you against the whole industry. Sometimes you're stronger alone. All right, fellas, but like I said, all this is gonna come together. So here's the conclusion, right? When you're alone, when you're by yourself, you have more time on your hands, you're more creative, you're more productive. And to be real, fellas, a disciplined lifestyle is not attractive to most people because it makes the undisciplined people uncomfortable. And a lot of people don't like falling back and being alone because they feel like other people are gonna judge them, or other people gonna think they lost it. Bro, you should want people to think that you fell off. You should want people to think that you quit. Because once you pop out after you reach your level, that's when the element of surprise is gonna hit them. They not gonna be able to get next to you. You're gonna talk different because you're more educated, because you've been reading books. You're gonna walk different because you're more confident. You're gonna smell different because you didn't stop smoking and put down the weed. Now you smell like bond number 9. They gonna have to reprogram their mind on who you became because you didn't change so much. They not even gonna know what type of conversations to have with you because your experiences and interests are gonna be so different. It's gonna make people uncomfortable, bro. So embrace being alone. And it's not permanent. That alone shit, that shit temporary. Trust me, everybody gonna come back around. Funny how the universe works. That's just what it is. But all in all, man, being alone make you stronger, bro. Especially if like the people that you was hanging around was a distraction and bringing you down. So being alone not always bad, bro. Can it be boring? Yes, but you gotta use that time to distract yourself doing something productive. Read, journaling, learn a new skill, food prepping, whatever the case may be, whatever you're trying to do. Increase your income, build a business. You're alone for a reason. Take that alone time to better yourself. Trust me, everything gonna come back around. You ain't missing nothing. Felt like this video was necessary because I've been here before and I had to just remind myself and remember the reasons why I didn't give a fuck that I was alone. That's the video for the night, fellas. Freezing, up here alone. I had to get this one out. I appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all made it this far, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow your boy on all platforms, and I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video.